So, a lot of teachers make you do this the hard way. Okay? One, you have to be in class. That's the hard way, right? Okay? Then, but the other hard way is they make you do it like this. 4x plus z times 4x plus z. Right? And then they make everybody on the block gets the paper, right? Or distribution. So you guys remember this is 4x times 4x is how much? 4 times 4? 16. X times x?
2.
X squared, right? Because you got 2 x's, right? So x to the 2. You're confused? Alright, so we're multiplying. We're taking 2 of these. It's squared, right? So I need 2 of them. This times itself. It's kind of like if I had 4 squared, it would be 4 times 4, which is 16, right? Okay, cool. Alright, so in this case, it's going to be these 2 polynomials. Guys, focus, please. Get a piece of paper. Write it down. Alright, so 4x times 4x. 4 times 4 is 16. And x times x, we're just adding these ones. 1 and 1 is 2. Remember that?
Yes, sir.
Okay? Alright, so then we've got this times this. So what is 4x times z?
4z.
4xz, right? It's just plus 4xz. Okay? Now I'm going to change my color, and I'm going to go this way. What's z times 4x?
Z4x.
Yeah. Or 4xz again, right? And I'm going to plug that in right underneath the thing that it's just like. It's just like this one, right? So I can add those. So I can put them in the same column. And then I go one more step. What's z times z?
Z.
Yeah, so plus z squared, right? Because we're adding that 1 plus the 1. Alright? And so then we add these up. And when we add these up, this doesn't add to anything, does it? So it's just 16x squared. Okay? Now what is 4 and 4? 8. Okay? 8xz, right? So it's kind of like I'm adding up 4 bananas and 4 bananas. I get 8 bananas, right? xz. Now this one doesn't add to anything, so we're right there. And that's all that's happened. That's done. Now, what kind of polynomial is this?
That is a... I forgot.
Quadratic, because it's a base, it's a power of 2, degree 2, so we call it a quadratic trinomial. Because there's 3 pieces. Quadratic trinomial. Okay? Alright. So it started out as a binomial, right? And it turned into a quadratic trinomial. Now that's the hard way, believe it or not. There's an easy way. Okay? Are you ready?
We have to do both ways.
Nope. You can choose the way you want. If you like this way, do it this way. Okay? If you like this new way, do it the new way. It only works when this is a 2. If this is a 2, it works. Okay? So, what is this squared? What's 4 squared?
16.
16. Okay? What is z squared? It's z squared, right? A z squared. That was my French. Sorry, bad French. Z squared, right? So it's just you squared it, it's z squared. That's it. Okay? So z times c is z squared. Now here's the easy to hard part. What's 2 times z? 2z? What's 2z times 4? 8z. Plus 8z. Alright. Does this look the same as this?
No.
Was it easier?
Yeah.
Right?
There's no X.
Why don't you start off with that one?
Oh, I didn't have an X in this. Why did I have an X in this one? Crazy, crazy person. Oh, we didn't need these X's. But that's still a quadratic trinomial. And this is still that.
You failed.
I failed. I don't know where this X came from. Got excited. Threw in an extra X. I didn't need that. Crazy man.
Feeling okay today, Dan?
No, not at all. I'm trying. Hey, you know what? I make mistakes. But at least the mistake was easily fixed by just erasing it. The point is, we can do that to this also. What's p squared?
2p. Or p squared.
P squared. What's 2q cubed? So what's 2 squared?
2 squared is
4.
4. What's q cubed squared? So q to the third times q to the third.
q to the 6.
Yes, q to the 6. In other words, 2 times 3 is 6, right? So you have 2 of these. It's going to be 6. All right, now what's 2 times 2?
4.
4. Okay, times 1.
4.
So I'm going to have 2 times 2 times p times q cubed. There it is. It's just this times this times this. Right? Okay? Alright, let's do a little easier one but a little harder one. These are kind of hard, right? Alright. What's 2c squared? What's 2 squared? 2 squared.
This doesn't mean.
2 times 2.
4.
4! What's c squared?
C squared.
That's c squared. Alright, what's d cubed squared?
D6.
d6. Is it positive or negative, by the way? Negative times a negative is a
Positive.
Thank you. Okay? And now what's 2 times d cubed times c times 2? So in other words, 2 times 2 is 4.
4c d6.
But it's a negative, right? Negative 4. Because it's a negative d. So 2 times a negative times 2 is negative 4. And c times d cubed is c. Let's spread this out a little bit.
C to 6.
Put d to the 6 out here. This would be minus 4cd cubed. Okay?
What?
Now, in the other period, we did the easier one. So let's do an easier one just so you guys see it. X minus 4 squared. Alright? So you get something like this. You would say, what's x squared?
X squared.
What's negative 4 squared?
Negative 16.
Negative, no.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Positive 16, right? Negative times a negative is a? Okay. 2 times negative 4? Negative 8. Okay, negative 8 times x. And that's how you do that one, okay?
Yeah.
So, now we're going to take that, go up here. These are a little different. Everybody on the block gets a paper, right? But I'm going to show you a trick to this one too. What's x squared times x squared? Change this color. So x squared times x squared, or 2 plus 2 is 4. What's x squared times 2?
X squared times 2 x squared.
Right? Alright, let's change the color. Oh, I better change the view. Otherwise you can't see me. What? There we go. Alright. So yeah, x squared times x squared is x to the 4th. X squared times 2 is 2x squared. And now we're going to go negative 2 times x squared. Negative 2 times x squared.
That's 2x squared.
Negative 2x squared, right? And then negative 2 times positive 2. Now you're negative 2 times positive 2. You just said it like 10 minutes. You want to say it again? Negative 4. Good, thank you. Alright. Now we are going to add these two columns up, right? But the x4 doesn't go with anything, so it's x to the 4th. What is negative 2 plus positive 2? 0. So those cancel. We're used to that, remember, with the systems, right? And then we just bring this down, minus 4, right? Okay? And what this is called is difference of two squares. Think about this. Is this a square? It's a square of x squares, right? Is this a square? It's 2 squared, right? 4 is 2 squared, right? So when you multiply two of these things, and what we call these are conjugates. Okay? Conjugates are things that look exactly the same, except one has a plus and one has a minus. Right? And when you multiply these two things, you say, it's this squared. What is this squared? What's x squared? X squared. Right? And what is 2 squared? So it's a difference of 2 squares, which implies that it's x squared minus 4. That's all that is. Every single time. So even when they give you something like this, is this a conjugate of that? It's the same thing but a minus, right? Yeah. So you say, okay, what's this squared?
49.
Yeah. So this is a square. Think of it as a square. This is 49x. Sorry. Erase. A little bit of that x part too. Back up. 49x squared, right? And it's a difference of 2 squares. So what's this squared? 9. It's that simple. This squared minus this squared. Whenever you see two conjugates, it's that simple. Now you can do everybody on the block is paper or clamshell or distribution, whatever you want to call it, or you can learn some tricks. These are called special binomials, okay? And what they do is they end up with a special binomial, okay? And these ones are special binomials that end up with special trinomials. And later on, we're going to learn to teach you how to do this backwards, right? You're going to be able to go like this. Give me a perfect square, any number that's perfectly squared. Huh? 32 isn't a perfect square, but 36 is. So 36x squared, right? Minus, let's think of another perfect square, something that you guys know. Because I like, you know, my favorite number, 169. Love that number. Also love 196. Those are both perfect squares. 169 is 13 squared. 196 is 14 squared, right? But numbers that you might know is like 5, right? Which is 25, right? So what's the square root of 36? Square root of x squared? X. What's the square root of 25? What's the conjugate? Plus 5. Very good. That's next chapter. That's what we're doing next chapter. Factoring. Right? And this is called the special factor. Okay? So first we're going one way, and then we're going to go another way. We're going to go backwards. And that's it. Pretty good? We're almost done with the year. This is the hardest stuff you'll see. And I make it easy. That's why I don't call it hard. Factoring is super easy if you have a good teacher.